Hey there, it is Ryan Seacrest with you. Do you want to make this summer unforgettable? Join me at Chumba Casino. It's this summer's hottest online destination. They are rolling out the red carpet with an amazing welcome offer just for you. So don't wait. Dive in now and play hundreds of social casino games for free. Your chance to redeem real prizes is just a spin away. Care to join me?
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern, Ned Reynolds, in the studio Monday morning, and it was a weekend packed full of sports. I don't care if you were into the Olympics or not. It was pretty cool to watch a bunch of countries competing in all kinds of different sports. We talked a little bit before you got a chance to watch basketball. Your thoughts on Team USA in that regard?
Well, first of all, the opening ceremonies were outstanding. I really thought that was one of the best of the opening parades, having the boats sail down the polluted Seine River. That's neither here nor there. And then disembark and then go into the stadium for the cauldron lighting, which was also very well done.
What did you think of the metal band playing the Gojira, that band Gojira playing? Did you see them play?
I did see it. I'm kind of lost in that genre.
I'm curious your thoughts on Gojira, which I think is, I've liked that band for a long time. I thought they did an incredible job, but the fact that you were sitting at home watching them with me at the same time, that makes me happy.
I'll abide by your thoughts.
Anyway, sir, go ahead.
Couple of thoughts on basketball. I've maintained for a number of years that Kevin Durant is one of the three best basketball players in the world. The guy is nothing short of outstanding. Yesterday's game, USA and Serbia, and this is the opening game of the basketball competition in the Olympics. Serbia is a good team. They aren't great, but it's a good team. They and the USA are battling back and forth, close game. Here comes Kevin Durant, who has not played in any of the exhibition games because of a calf injury. As a matter of fact, he has not played in any game since April the 21st when the Phoenix Suns were knocked out of the NBA playoffs. Comes off the bench, gracious, goes 8 for 8. 8 for 8, including 5 trays. Game over. 110-84, USA wins it over Serbia. Now, that's not going to happen every time, but this 6'11 guy who's been around the NBA and college basketball, of course, for 2 decades now, is really nothing short of outstanding. That's not saying that he's going to hit that level every time, but he's really a great player. So the USA gets a win. The Serbian team had Jokic from the Denver Nuggets, 3-time NBA Player of the Year. You don't stop him. You contain him. Now that brings up the next point. I'm watching these games and thinking, is this basketball that I'm watching? It's more like rugby or football. I've been told the international game is a whole lot more physical. It's not a whole lot more physical. It's worlds apart from what the American teams are used to. There are fouls after fouls, and they're not called. It's a public mugging, for heaven's sake. And yet they go on and play the game, and guys get thrown to the floor and stomped on and all this sort of thing. It is ridiculous. The game is... It's just completely lost from what it was. But USA gets a win and plays South Sudan coming up on Wednesday. South Sudan is the team that gave the USA fits in the exhibition. USA won it 101-100. But the South Sudan team, and again, I've gone through their roster, and most, if not all of those Sudan players have never seen South Sudan in their lives, but they're American college players. They're good. They have parentage or grand parentage or whatever in that country, and they are good players. They're not great, but they are good and quick, but the USA should be able to handle them, should be. And then from there on in, you get into the knockout competition, and anything can happen.
Personally, I think it's a great time because, you know, I'm not trying to sit at home and watch a bunch of people swim or archery or horseback riding or anything, but when the Olympics come, you're like, oh, hell yeah, let's watch this. And it's super entertaining. For example, yesterday morning, watching Korea and China battle it out in women's archery, those ladies are incredible at what they do.
Keep in mind, that's their sports in those countries. We don't practice that much here because USA is more oriented toward team sports and professional athletics. The professional leagues, yes, they do. There are leagues in Europe and in Asia in basketball and some in baseball. But others, no, you're out there individually doing your games. The teams in the Olympics, I think that glorifies that and should. USA at the moment has 3 gold, 6 silver, and 3 bronze for a total of 12. That'll improve today. Women's soccer got a big win over Germany. USA Tennis, Coco Gauff won her singles match, and then you're going to love this, her doubles partner's Jessica Pegula, and Jessica is the number 4 ranked player in the world. You'll love this, Mike. Her mom and dad own the Buffalo Bills.
Good for them. Speaking of which, we are, from this Saturday, a week away from the first preseason game for the Kansas City
We are
Chiefs.
indeed. It's Saturday, August the 10th. The Chiefs play the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville. It's a Saturday night game that begins at 7. And our broadcast, the Chiefs pregame show, Ned Talk, will be at 5 o'clock on Saturday. That's in 2 weeks. There's one more Sunday show that we have.
And you got these guys working hard, training them, getting them ready.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
You guys
gosh,
running
yes.
drills, making them memorize the playbook.
They're doing their
You better
sprints.
whip them into shape, is what I'm saying, Ned.
Jumping jacks, wind sprints, so they're there.
The Cardinals get their first win in the series with Washington this weekend.
Walk-off home run by Paul Goldschmidt yesterday in, obviously, the last of the 9th inning, and the Cardinals got a 4-3 victory. And you're right, Mike, their only win in a 3-game series with one of the lower-rated teams in Major League Baseball. But this is professional sports, and you have very good athletes out there. Washington won the first two, 10-4 and 14-3, and lost yesterday to the Cardinals, 4-3. Okay, the Cardinals needed that one. They get set to play again tonight at Busch Stadium. Notice on the weather forecast, too, that St. Louis is in one of the extreme heat ranges up there, so they'll turn on the lights, and the Texas Rangers, the reigning World Series champions, will be in there to play the Cardinals. So we'll see. The race still has a long way to go.
That definitely does. It's going to be a warm week for sure. The Royals also kind of faltered this weekend against the Cubbies, didn't they?
Fell to the Cubs 7-3 after leading at mid-game 3-2. Cole Reagans didn't have his usual overpowering stuff. He allowed 4 runs and 5 hits in the 5 2/3 innings. And Pete, I love this guy, Pete Crow Armstrong. It's a hyphenated last name, Crow/Armstrong, kid who turned down a scholarship to Vanderbilt to turn pro. And he's been pro now, I guess, maybe about 4 or 5 years. In the majors, a couple of them. He was 3 for 4 for the Chicago Cubs yesterday. The Cubs tried to build their team here with the trade deadline. I don't think they can, but be that as it may, the Cubs got the win by a score of 7-3 over the Royals, but long way to go, and the Royals have a chance to really get up really well this starting tonight. They're in Chicago, but they're not playing the Cubs again. They're
White
playing
Sox
the
time.
White Sox, and the White Sox record, folks, the White Sox record, the roof has more than fallen in. It has totally collapsed. They are 27 wins, 81 losses. Good gracious sakes alive.
Haven't even got to 30 yet. That's not a good time for South Chicago. Speaking of which, obviously, they're not going to be doing any buying in the next few days. But that also means a lot of other teams might be buying from them because the trading deadline does loom, doesn't it?
It is tomorrow, Tuesday, at 5 o'clock Central Time in the afternoon. That's when it comes to an end. No more trades after that. And you're right. The White Sox do have some players on their team who might be coveted by others. The Robert kid, Luis Robert, is a very good player. Hasn't gone yet, but we'll see what happens. No more trades after 5 o'clock tomorrow. Now, it's a little bit misleading in a way. A player can be placed on waivers after the trade deadline, and he can be picked up by another team. But the catch is that if he is placed on waivers, the team that placed him there gets nothing. The waivers are irrevocable. That means they can't be recalled. And so is this team going to just get rid of a player and get nothing in return? Highly unlikely, but you never can tell. Nonetheless, the trade deadline tomorrow at 5. Do the Cardinals and Royals do anything? Well, today or early tomorrow, it's going to have to be the key.
Definitely going to have to be. Ned, you have a wonderful Monday, and I will see you tomorrow.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.